All right, how's everybody doing? I'm going to talk a little bit about cryptocurrency and money tonight and how it's all going to be one before you know it. I've posted some videos. I've posted a lot of things, crypto and non-crypto, but tonight I'm going to be talking about the crypto industry and money and things like that. I told some of you that if you wanted to know how Tron and Bitcoin work, I would leave how it worked. I would leave you a video where I'd help you. So that's what I'm doing. But first, I want to go over a little bit about the Federal Reserve, just so you understand why crypto is something that you might want to just start dipping your hands into and understanding it. And let me explain something. This is not financial advice, but I will say that I've learned some very, very, very important things from some very educated, wealthy people. My opinions are going to be based on facts that I've learned from people. That's it. So let's get into it. You have the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is not a federal, reserve at all. Look at your dollar or 20 or whatever. It says Federal Reserve. Now it says Federal Reserve. It's not owned by the United States. It's owned by some few wealthy people. There's a couple puppet masters controlling our money system. It's been like that since 1913. Look up Jekyll Island. It's not a conspiracy. For years, people thought it was a conspiracy. No, it's there. You can actually see the documentation of when it happened and what the meeting was kind of about. But there's a lot of secrecy to it that I don't know if we'll ever know. Anyways, J.P. Morgan's, the Rockefellers, and things like that. These people, they got together in Jekyll Island, the big bankers of the time, back in 1913, and they created the United States Federal Reserve. It's or the United States Banking Cartel, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it. They created this Federal Reserve so that they could control the money supply, so they could do whatever they wanted, essentially, so they can control a nation's wealth. And we, the people, voted for that, and that's a whole different thing we'll get into, because it was completely manipulated. And yeah, another video, another time. But go look it up yourself if you want, how the Federal Reserve works and how it came into existence, and you'll be mind blown. We were taught that money was backed by gold. I remember growing up, I used to think that, and that's just because whoever was teaching me this stuff was very uneducated about what's really going on in the world. Not only that, but we didn't have the internet, and the internet has really helped spread the truth about a lot of things, because you can't control the internet. You can't censor everything, although you can censor a lot, which is the reason why blockchain is going to take over. People think, when I talk about Bitcoin, it's very speculative. It is. But what's not speculative is the technology behind it. If I were to tell you today, 40 years ago, if I were to tell you that you're going to have a computer in your hand that you could do anything with, the stuff you can do on your phone today is amazing, you would have looked at me like I had 17 heads. What? You could what? You'd be like, it just wouldn't register. You wouldn't understand, because it wasn't created yet. Well, today we're in a world where you're going to hear about technologies being created that are so far, you can't even imagine right now, because of how this system works. This system is amazing, and I've been following this stuff for years now, and I've consumed myself in this stuff. I've lost weight, all this stuff, because all I do is research this stuff, and I've set myself up very nicely. So have a couple of my friends. Just in the past couple of days, my friends have done very well. So learn about the Federal Reserve System. We're not backed by gold anymore. Our dollar is not backed by gold, not since 1973, when Nixon took us off the gold standard. 74 or 73, one of those years. Our dollar has not been backed by gold. It's backed by the government. It's backed by the United States government, right? Just like the euro is backed by the European Union or whatever, and the yen is backed by China's government. It's not backed by anything anymore. It doesn't have any intrinsic value anymore like gold and silver did. So what do? We print it, and we keep printing it. 2008, $7 trillion in debt as a nation. Today, 21 trillion and counting. Have you guys ever just go to Google and just like type in like try to what's it called? What did I do? Type in debt calculator for the U.S. and just watch it grow, right? Our taxes used to pay for all these systems and wars and things like that, but we have spent ourselves out. We have spent ourselves out of oblivion. There's a reason why bread cost 6 cents in 1913 and it costs dollars today. Massive amounts of inflation, and it's an unsustainable system. Research fiat currencies and how long they've lasted. They won't last forever. And we're going to get into that in another video. But these are things that you can go teach yourself. Just go onto YouTube and you can find some videos that will teach you how this stuff works, along with videos that I'm going to be making. You can follow mine as well. Again, not financial advice. So let's get into a couple things. So we'll go over how to get started with crypto, how to create your first account. Very, 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 very simple. You go right into your app store or your Play Store or whatever, and you download an app called Coinbase. Pretty simple, seriously. Download Coinbase. It's going to ask you when you set up the account for some information and things like that, your license, and you got to connect your bank account. And then once it verifies and everything, it's very, very simple. It's easier than setting up, it's just very simple. You do that, it's easier than setting up a Facebook. And you can start buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and things like that. I'm not going to get into, much about recommendations tonight. It's for another night, other than this one thing I've been talking about. But there's a lot to it that we're going to go over. So again, I'm going to say it again. Coinbase. Download Coinbase. It's a blue app with a C. It's a blue app with a C in it, the letter C, and that's where you get started. From there, you're going to want to get on your desktop and you're going to want to create an account called Binance. Binance is it's an exchange. It's a trading platform. It's kind of like we have the New York Stock Exchange for money, for fiat currencies. That will fail one day, very soon, I think, in the next couple of years. But it's just an exchange where you can exchange different currencies and things like that. The only thing is we're in like the 1980s, 1990s stages of the blockchain internet, so it's very, very, very early. This is kind of like getting in on Google and Microsoft when they were first kind of started. Getting in on the internet when it was first, started before the masses knew about it. That's what I'm telling you about. You'll look back one day if you do watch this video, and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" You'll see. It's going to be very, very interesting. So you're going to want to download Coinbase, and Bitcoin is king. Bitcoin is like the gold of this whole money ecosystem that's being created right now. So that's the one that is it's dominant. It's the one you can use, everywhere. It's the one that stores will there's places that will accept it as payments. There's Bitcoin ATMs. You can buy Bitcoin. They're all over. They're in every major city in the country now, believe it or not. You might run into one day. So yeah, you do that. You create a Binance account, and then really I made this video to talk about Tron and kind of give you an idea of how you can buy it and what it will tell you a little bit about it. So again, just go in and create a Coinbase account, then a Binance account, and from there I'll be leaving another video in the next couple of days explaining how to transfer your money and all that. I got to figure out how to. Never done it. I've never done this before, so I got to figure out how to show you on the back of my screen how I'm doing things, so you can actually follow what I'm doing. I don't know if that'll be in the next couple of days, but it will definitely be in the next, I would say, 2 weeks. I'm getting a whole channel ready and gonna have a room for it, and got to get some cameras and all this kind of stuff. So it's gonna be a process, but just bear with me. Yeah. So now, for those of you that have been reaching out to me about Tron and cryptocurrencies and how they work and stuff, I'm going to talk a little bit about Tron very simply. It is a decentralized platform. That's what blockchain is. It's decentralized. No one controls it. That's what's key about it. The government, like I said, it can print money whenever it wants. In that, then you lose value. If you have more of something, it's less valuable, right? Think about that, okay? The more you have of something, the less valuable it is, right? So why has our dollar lost value? Because we've printed trillions of it, okay? And the system has created poverty all over the world, right? For really the 1%, okay? And I know a lot of you, you say, well, there's nothing you can do about it. There is now. Governments can't turn off blockchain. It's been created. That's it. There's no kill switch. Believe it or not, these algorithms are too advanced for the human mind. It really is an amazing technology, and I can't wait to give more videos and more input on this and give you guys an idea how this is going to change the world. But talk a little bit about Tron. Tron is a decentralized protocol it's a blockchain. That's all it is, and I'll talk a little bit about blockchain and what that is in another video too. But what Tron aims to do is decentralize the internet, decentralize YouTube, decentralize everything, so that governments can't come in and stop things. Create a voting system where the people control it, because that's how things are supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to control what we want in life, not governments. Okay, we've just been tricked over the years. This is the reality of it. So, give you an example. If you've used BitTorrent, right? BitTorrent, you can upload video, you can upload files. It's a peer-to-peer system, and they haven't shut it down because you can't be in millions and millions of people's homes at the same time. You just can't do it. BitTorrent, just like it kind of worked similar to like LimeWire. It's similar to Napster, if you remember these, but these were shut down because they were centralized. This is the first decentralized internet protocol to ever be created. Or maybe not. Yeah, it's one of the first that's ever been created, and it's been around for years now. The government hasn't even been able to do anything about it, but they've never found a way to be able to create a payment system behind it, so people upload things for free and you can watch it for free. And Tron has purchased BitTorrent. Tron is aiming to tokenize BitTorrent, which is going to be really cool. You're going to be able. I have a lot of them, a lot of these things called Tron, and there's going to be a BitTorrent token, BTT, that's going to be created, and I'm going to get the amount of Tron I have. I'm going to get the equivalent of BitTorrent, and then I can transfer the Tron into Bitcoin and sell the Bitcoin for dollars if I want money. So just so you know, people say, well, what can you do with it? There's going to be a whole system created. It's not there yet. We're in the beginning stages. It's just like, with Microsoft and Google, and if we go back in time 30 years ago and I say you're gonna hold a phone in your hand and be able to leave videos and can instantly put them on the internet and this Facebook platform and Google and Microsoft and this and blah blah blah, you'd be like, dude, you're fucking nuts. That's where we're going with blockchain. That's where we're going with Tron and Ethereum and Bitcoin and Cardano and all these different types of cryptocurrencies that are being Stellar Lumens and Ripple. And Ripple's kind of centralized, so it's iffy for me. I think it'll do well in the beginning, but it's going to die out eventually because it's getting into business with who you don't want to get into business with. So short little video here. I know, well, not really short. It's been almost 15 minutes, but kind of give you an idea how this all works. I'll say it again. You download Coinbase. It's an app. You follow the steps. It's very simple. And I'm going to eventually leave videos on how all that works so you guys can watch me do it. Or you can look it up on YouTube yourself. There's videos that will show you. I mean, how do you think I learned a lot of the things I know? I learned from watching other people that know how to do it. YouTube is like going to school but not paying for it. Honestly, you have smarter people than your professors teaching you how things work in the world. So you just got to watch out for who you watch. That's all. Just use your brain. We all got one. So, but yeah, Tron. It's gonna do some pretty cool things, and I think it's just their goal, decentralizing the internet. It's huge, but it makes sense. It makes complete sense. You don't want to have everything censored today. I mean, Google censors what you see. Facebook censors what you say, what you see, and who sees it. It's not, you can't just get your word out there anymore. They have control of all this, and they sell your data. Tron's going to create an ecosystem where you're going to have, YouTube. I think it's going to be called Tron Chat or something. Or no, they're going to be using BitTorrent. They got Tron Chat and all these things. Going to be like Facebook, where you can go on and your data, when you search things, when you go places, your location, all this stuff, your phone is calculating all this stuff, and it's feeding them back to these companies like Facebook and just your phone company and Google, and they're selling your information. Essentially, your data has value, billions and billions of dollars of value, collectively around the world, and we get nothing for it. So Tron is going to change that. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies are going to change that. But in this case, I'm talking about Tron because that's their sole focus, and there's going to be other blockchains for different things that we'll talk about in future videos. But Tron's main focus is to decentralize the internet and give your data, right, what you do, value, so you cut out the middleman. So imagine being, going on to, Facebook and being paid to post something, and the more likes you get and views you get paid, and the more active you are as a person, and where you go and what you do and what you buy and what you search, and all these things are going to actually, there's going to be systems created that pay you. And when I explain this to people in person, they look at me. I had this conversation with some college kid, thought he knew everything, and he didn't get it. And it's not about understanding it completely right now, because some of these systems are just being created. But I get paid every day for holding this stuff. Now I have, a lot of money in it, but I get paid every day. And people say, well, a bank account pays you every day. But this stuff, yes, a bank account pays you every day, but they pay you nothing. You'd be surprised. I'm not going to talk about all of that in depth. Just give it a shot, though, and I'll teach you how to freeze your money so you can have your money sit there, your Tron or whatever it is you're using. You can have it sit there and pay you dividends. It's really amazing how early stages we are with this technology, and I hope that, those of you that watch this don't write it off. I hope that you go create an account and at least buy some Bitcoin. And don't worry about the market going up and down. This stuff, look, if gold, which has a $7 trillion value right now, in terms of how much money is in gold roughly, an ounce is worth $1,200 or $1,400, whatever it's worth. That stuff fluctuates too. It doesn't fluctuate like Bitcoin does because there's not enough money in it yet. But there will be. The New York Stock Exchange has teamed up with and created a company called Bakkt and Starbucks, and they're all going that route. They're creating a crypto platform. Starbucks is going to be accepting Bitcoin, and there's a whole system they're creating right now. This stuff's out there. You just got to actually research it. So figure it out. Go do some research for yourself, and I'll keep leaving videos and educating you guys, and I'll get better at this, more prepared. I've been holding off. I've just been procrastinating so much. Telling you I'm going to leave a video or just telling myself I got to do it. So I figured, tonight's the night to do it. I'm out here in Myrtle Beach, got the ocean behind me. Hope you guys, hope that was informative. I hope that kind of gave you an idea of what we're going to be talking about. And if you're interested in the things that I have explained here, keep following me. I'll go over a lot more of this stuff in depth. I'll make better videos, and I'll have charts and things like that you guys can really analyze and break down and go from there. If you got any more questions, reach out to me. I'll try to reach out to you guys. Some of you guys, I don't reach out to you as fast as I want, but that will change. I'll get better at that. Just be patient. I'm sorry. But yeah, again, I'll go over one more time. Download Coinbase. All right. You're going to have to, that Coinbase is an app, easiest way to do it. There's other ways to do it, but this is the easiest way. And I'll teach you guys other ways later on. Create a Binance account. I like Binance. I think it's pretty simple to use. All the exchanges are very confusing. Binance is still confusing at first, but you'll get the hang of it very simply. And then last but not least, you want to create a Tron wallet. So you want to go into the App Store, and Tron Wallet by Getio. It's like a black symbol with the Tron symbol in the middle of it. It's like a red diamond. You want to get that app, and or maybe it might be a white diamond. Sorry, I'll post a video, or I'll post a picture of it later, so you guys can see it, what it looks like. You want to download one of those and create one of those. There's a 12-word code. Do not ever forget that code. Put that code in 75 different fucking places. Put it all over the place, because that code you're the only one that has that code. What's great about this stuff is that this technology is completely decentralized, so the government can never hack into your account. There's no possible way of them getting in unless they have your code, right? So remember these things, because they're very important. You are now the gatekeeper to your bank, to your money. The banks are no longer going to be really relevant. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but in our lifetime, it will happen. This blockchain technology is going to blow up. So hope some of this stuff, got you guys intrigued. And like I said, I'll be doing different videos, focus on different things. It's a lot of work. There's a lot that goes into this and leaving these videos. So give me some time, but I'll be starting to do that. And go Pats. Congrats to the Patriots. Sorry, Chiefs fans. Maybe next year. All right. So we'll talk soon. All right. Bye, guys.